All right, everybody, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads, and we're going to be going over the listing presentation today. So I'm excited to go through this with you. A couple of really cool, amazing, powerful ways that we're going to be helping you even get more listings with these. Going to be pretty crazy. We're going to be going over a lot of different things, give you a lot of things to think about, give you things to do. And with that, go ahead and let me know who we got with us. So go ahead and just type into the chat box. Let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know who you are. Give it a quick minute while we get people coming in. And how many people, let me know if you're a client or not a client. So we've got these 100 plus point home marketing plans that you can create custom for a particular property. You can create them for a neighborhood. You can create them for a FSBO, a canceled, an expired, a straight up listing presentation. You can create them for a seller lead, and you can actually order these now. We literally just reduced the price of these by half, by a little bit more than half. We got a new printer, and I'm super, super excited. I just put this into the Facebook mastermind group, and let me do this. Actually, let me go to the Facebook group and give you that link to this post. That way, if you got any questions, you can just ask the questions at the post. And let me bring that, oh, there we go. Let me bring that over from my other monitor. So here we go. So you can see, check this out. You can now order 25 copies for $150. Like before, it was 10 copies for $109. 50 copies for $280. That's $5.60 a copy. And it gets ridiculous at 100 copies, as low as $380 a piece. To you delivered, there's a $70 setup fee. So there is a one-time setup fee, but then after that, you're off and running. You click the link. And oh, I didn't put that link into the chat. Hold on a second. Let me get this link because I want to give this to you. Because we use these for door knocking expireds, canceleds, FSBOs, seller leads, a lot of different ways. So to be able to have something in your hand, like having a stack of 100 of them, I can tell you what, like if you send out postcards, if you send out a postcard, 200 people, that's fine. That's cool. They're probably going to be around the same price, maybe a little bit less. But imagine getting 100 of these. And when you are door knocking around an open house, you have a just sold listing, and then you share the just sold nearby homeowner letter with your marketing plan, right? Which you also use in a listing presentation, you're going to get more listings. Now, so we got these that you can order from us. And let me just show you. So they come in really 3 versions. There's a Flipbook, which we're looking at now. So it's available as an online. I can text this, I can email it, I can send it through social DM. So anywhere I can put a link, I can share this. And this is walking through all of the things I do to get a home sold. This answers the top 3 questions that all sellers have. When you go through this first in a listing presentation, before you talk about price, before you talk about all these other things, when you go through this with a seller, all those other conversations become so much easier because now they trust you. So the 3 questions that this will answer that every seller has, whether they ask you verbally or not: what are you going to do to sell my home compared to everybody else? How are you different than everybody else? And then why am I paying you 2.5% to 3%? A lot of people come in and it seems like for the most part, they put the listing in the MLS, they put a yard sign up, maybe they do a social media post or something, and they call it a day. And you want me to pay you how much for that? You know what I'm saying? How much you want me to pay you for that again? Now, obviously, you're still doing a lot more work, right? They don't see that. And that's where this comes in, because now when I can get this to a homeowner and it's customized for their home, it's on every image, it makes that listing presentation like butter. It is smooth like butter. You're going to see here, I got the homeowner's home on the cover. I've got their name on the cover, Franklin Jones. I got their address on the cover, 8567 Gold Lane, Folsom, California, all branded to me. Again, that is their home on every single page. One of the things we'll talk about a little bit later is this domain. This domain, that is their address, .worldsbestlisting.com. You are, and it's clickable. The QR codes are scannable. And this only took 2 minutes to create. That's, I don't know what's better, the actual presentation, the ways you can deliver it, because there's also a full color PDF. There's also a JPEG zip file. Some printers want JPEG, some printers want a PDF. If you're going to print at home, you probably want the PDF. I've got both a thermal binder and a spiral binder. So I've got the ability, you want to have the ability to print these at home. And we're going to show you how to do that, because when you go into a listing presentation, you only need one copy of it. So you're not going to order one copy from us. It'd be way too much money. So you're going to want to be able to have a printer, whether it's your office or your home, and either a thermal binding machine or a spiral binder. You can get them for like $55 on Amazon. A printer, I assume you already have one, or you'll have one at the office. And look at this, the QR code. Again, this thing only took 2 minutes to make. And all of this is ready to go. I can share it with my seller. I'm just scanning the QR code. I love scanning that QR code, right? And look at that. Now, because when you're in a listing presentation and you have the seller pull out their phone and you show them how to scan that, maybe they don't know how to scan it. Maybe they do. But when they see their home on their phone from this right here, and especially if you show them how to do it, or maybe you pull out your phone and you do it and you show them and you say, now pull out your phone, right? I want you to see how easy this is. They pull out their phone, they scan it, they bring it up on their phone. Now you got a hard copy in front of them. You got the property website on their phone. You're going to be all over the place. And then it gets even better, because here you see now coming soon. So we walk through the transaction with them, not from a, here's what you got to do and here are all the steps, but here's what I'm going to be doing to get your home sold. So we had coming soon, just listed, open house, active. And then they start seeing their home pending. They see their home as just sold. And so in their mind, they're thinking, you are the one that's going to get their home sold. I can see all this work that you are doing. Nobody else is doing anything like this. So this gives you the ability to send it ahead of the listing presentation. This is something I would definitely send as part of my pre-listing package. Send it. If you do a mailer, you can print it and mail it. If it's an email, you can put the link in the email to send it. And what you're going to find is people will look at it, but they're not going to go through it to any great degree. Right? They're going to look at it and just kind of see the pretty pictures, and they're going to be impressed. They're going to be impressed. All the feedback I get from agents using this, they're definitely impressed. But when you then go through it with them, it's like lights out. It's just amazing, because they're going to see the flyers, the virtual tour of the single property website, the domain, the listing flyers, the QR code. They're going to see all of the stuff ready to go, and they're going to know they can trust you versus any other agent that they might be talking to who's just talking in generalities, what we're going to do. Oh, we do this. And no, we're going to be we're going to walk in with a plan that features their home all the way throughout. And you're going to go from being nervous, maybe a little bit apprehensive, a little bit unsure when you're walking into a listing presentation. Now you're going to go in confident. It's going to be a lot more fun for you, because you're going to have something that they're going to hold on to, especially if it's their home. They're not going to throw that away. That's like a little magazine featuring their home right on the cover. So here you can see, what do we got here? Oh, this is one I made for my sales area. The one previous, this one here, this is for Franklin Jones at 8567 Gold Lane. This one here is just for my general area. So this is a great one. And this is the one that you'll order from us, where I can use it for anybody, right? There's a canceled, there's a FSBO, there's an expired. Somebody asked for a home value. I got a lead off a just listed ad, maybe, right? You get a just listed lead. and, or whatever it is. Now for $3.80, if I order 100 of them, and if you've got the goal of ordering 100, getting 100 out the door every single month, you're going to start getting more listings. You're going to have, just from that alone, you would get at least 1 to 2 listings a month. And I think that would be on the low side. You can let me know what you think, but let me walk you through a few more. So here's the complete marketing plan to get your expired home sold. So you can see there, expired, for sale by owner. And again, and the inside there, they have all the same pages. So for sale by owner. And then here you can see it's got the name, Ken Franklin, got his address right there, all personalized to him, right? So here's his home. They're all going to be your colors, your logos, your branding, your beautiful picture, your face on there. So all branded to you. And look at that domain again. That's the street address, 2845 goldcourt.americasbestlisting.com. Sellers go nuts. They absolutely love that. When you're on a listing presentation, if you haven't used this yet, and or maybe you haven't used or really pointed out that domain on this page right here, you're missing out. Because when a seller sees their address, right, 2845 Gold Court dot the best listing, America's best listing, world's best listing. We got like 5, 6, 7, 8 different domains like that you can select from, so that you can make sure that the URL that you're marketing that home with is even better than just the address, right? Imagine the property website is 2845goldcourt.com. That's nice. Nothing exciting about it. But instead, it's 2845 Gold Court dot americasbestlisting.com, right? To the buyers, it sounds awesome. To the seller, it's going to sound, like I said, they love it. They absolutely love it. Here's what, so if you do new construction, it's not built for new construction. And I'm going to show you probate next, but you can easily tweak it a little bit. So in the headline, it says the complete marketing plan to get your home sold. And then it says the 100-point property marketing plan for homes at Granite Terrace in Rockland, California. That is a new construction development. I think we all know most builders, new construction people suck at marketing. They do. The pictures are blah. The videos are blah. The marketing is blah, right? It's not what they do. Sometimes you get an agent who's been around for 25, 30 years, who they've known forever, who markets the properties. And this is one where I might get this built. And I just went to the website, grabbed the photo, and then I put it together. And this is something I would go to their office, right? Look at that, Granite Terrace .worldsbestlisting.com, right? And they can see the property website. I took their information, ran it through AI, edited it, okay? Put it in there, so it's a lot better. So they can see my property website, everything I do. And then lastly here for probate. So again, I use the headline when it's not for a specific person, like a specific property. I use the headline, and here it says the 100-point home marketing plan to get your Northern California home in probate sold. If you have a different way of phrasing that, by all means, you can do whatever you want. I'm just showing you different ways that we can take these and really extend the use of them to niches that a lot of you may not be going after, but I'm sure we got people on here that go after new construction, and you would love to have something to set you apart from all those other agents going after new construction. And I don't mean buyers. Cool. I'm talking about the developers, the builders, not Lennar, not KB Homes. I'm talking about the regional ones, the local ones. In fact, it's not part of this here, but I have a whole nother course on new construction, and I do a prompt where it runs through on a daily basis and gives me new construction updates. And then I got some different like filters or kind of like tags or categories. And one of the things I would say is tell me the builder, tell me if they're national, regional, or local, and then make sure to give me the point of contact. So every day it runs through, finds all the new construction. It gives me like a digest version of everything. I got all the links, got everything in there. And then I can see who are the national builders. Okay, great, fine. But then who are the local regional builders, right? And are they near me maybe? And then who are the local builders? And so this would be a phenomenal marketing tool to use, right? Not the probate one, but the one here where I did it for Granite Terrace, the new construction, to be able to go to those people now with something in hand that's going to make me again stand out from everybody else. And one thing I was just thinking about here as I'm talking is you might go into a probate attorney, right? Take this one right here, create one right here like this one, right? The 100-point home marketing plan to get your Northern California home and probate sold. Wow. Can you imagine walking into a probate attorney and saying, hey, listen, I know you're a probate attorney. You work with a lot of people in the area. And I just wanted to give you my 100+ point home marketing plan to get homes and probate sold. I just want to leave you a copy. Would love to have you take a look at it and to follow up with you in 2 to 3 days, whatever's appropriate. And just to see if you might find that interesting, right? Because what do they want? They want to get the most money for their clients. They got clients that come in, they got to get a property sold. And now here you are walking in with a 100+ point home marketing plan, 27 pages, fully interactive. And you can let the lawyer know, hey, if you got any client that you would like me to create one of these for specifically for their home, featuring their home on the cover and all the way throughout, what a great service for that lawyer, right? For that lawyer to then be able to go to their clients and say, hey, here is a local agent. You got a great marketing plan. And if you like, he or she, they can create one of these for your home specifically, featuring your home so you can see exactly what it would look like before you do anything. That right there is money in the bank. In fact, that's something I'm going to put that in the mastermind group a little bit later because we talked about probate before, but I've never talked about probate from the point of giving the probate attorney a hard copy and then telling them to offer them the ability to create these specifically. And I might just take an example, right? Maybe you got a sold listing that you can create one of these for, so you can show them an example of, hey, here's what it looks like for an actual specific property. And here's one that I use to get sold. Proof in the pudding. And then you're showing the pathway, because now what do most agents do when they want to introduce themselves to somebody, right? Hey, here's my card. I'm a top producer. I work at KW. I work at EXP. I'm LPT, right? I'm a top producer, but you don't have anything setting you apart. And that's the problem. So when I walk into a probate, when I walk into new construction, when I'm talking to a FSBO homeowner, an expired homeowner, a canceled homeowner, a seller lead that might be thinking about selling at some point, this right here, to be able to deliver it via text, via email, print it up, deliver it via hard copy, to be able to order 100 copies and have them available, to be able to share with people at the drop of a dime. I'd probably put 50 of them in my car, and then I'd have 50 in my office. And that way, when I'm in my car, something's going to come up, right? Maybe I just see an old friend, I see a neighbor, I see whatever. I say, hey, listen, John, you know what? Hey, listen, John, I know you're not thinking about selling anytime soon, but hey, I just got a new marketing plan. I'm at XYZ Realty, and I just want to give you a copy to have. If you ever see somebody that might be thinking about selling, please give this to them or just hold on to it, right? And so when you're ready to sell, you got a copy of it. Because I talked about this morning, and I mentioned it a little bit earlier. I would try to get 100 a month with the goal of giving away 100 a month. I would be just getting this in the hands of everybody, because the more people that see it, and then they look at what other agents are doing, they're going to look at me and go, damn, all right, and this guy's got it going on. This guy, I see what he's going to do. I can see how he's different. I see why it might be a little bit more money than I thought or didn't think it should be, because now I can see what you're doing on top of everything else that we're already doing, for heaven's sakes, right? It's kind of crazy. So let's do this. Let me close some of these and let's go in and create just a couple of them. And that way you'll see how to make them. You've actually got one in your account right now ready to go. So all of you, whether you signed up this morning, you don't have any listings, you've been a client for 3 or 4 years, whatever, go to listings on the left-hand side and click listing presentation. So right there, listing presentation. And then right here, you got the Flipbook and you got the print version. So these are the most general versions. So if I could, oh, let me get rid of that. Sorry about that. So the Flipbook, click view. It's essentially the same thing, kind of just very subtle difference the way we do the photo, because this is like a demo listing. And you can actually select different listings in your account. If you like to auto populate the images here from another listing or create like a dummy listing with a home that you want to use instead, right? So you can see it's very similar. So I got the link, the QR codes still work. So even in the copies, for example, if you want to order these from us, when you go in here, the QR code is scannable. It works. These are completely interactive, which is awesome. And I didn't show you, but on the back page is the client review website, which I'll show you in a second. So this is the general version that you got in your account. You can use it right now. Here's my client reviews. So we import reviews from Zillow, Testimonial Tree, Zillow, Google, Testimonial Tree, and Facebook. And you can add them manually if you need to. This is awesome because they're going to be bought in by this point. And so to have the reviews at the end is perfect. It's like a little cherry on the top because now they can click. Your client review website pops up from listings to leads automatically. And here you can see, now they can see your reviews, and it's just going to help them be more confident in going with you. If they weren't already, I'm sure they would have been already, but just in case, right? Just in case. So this version is in your account right now. Again, go to listings, listing presentation. There's the Flipbook. Here's the print version. So notice I can download JPEG or PDF. And if I select, then here's where and you don't need to, because there's the default part of it already. But if you wanted to use the photos of another listing, you can do that by doing this right here. If you wanted to add like a demo or a dummy listing, a status listing presentation, which I'm going to show you next, you could use that here. Just a few different things. While we're here, so again, under listing presentation, print, you've got an introduction. So drop your introduction right here. That will be the inside cover. So you got the cover, you open it up, and then here's your introduction. So that's nice. We've got the download button here, same as there, but right there. And then home selling process outline. This is another really good thing to take with you to your listing presentation. It just walks through all the different steps of the transaction. Completely editable. I can click in here, edit it, whatever I want. It'll be, again, your brand colors, your logo, right? Everything will be dialed in for you. And sometimes people like to take this PDF with them as well. It's optional, right? Whatever you want to do, right? How to prepare your home for sale, right? So this one comes with your account by default. This one is there. If you're in a pinch, you want to use it, get at it. Again, I can take this Flipbook and click copy URL. And just like imagine, I'm going to drop this into the chat right here, but that could have been an email, a link in an email. It could have been a link in a text message. It could have been a link in a social media DM. It could have been a link in a live home selling or home buying webinar. Maybe I do a home buying or home selling webinar and I got homeowners on the call with me. That'd be great to put that link into the chat there as well. So a lot of great uses. And then as I mentioned before, we got the print version where I can either download the JPEG, it'll be a zip file, or I can download a PDF, right? And that way I can print it. So beautiful. Now, there are two other presentations, like there's more than two. There's the custom one that you can create for specific properties. And then there's the ones that you can create for different niches, like by area, probate, new construction. So let's walk through doing that. And then we're going to go through role playing. And then I'm going to go through some really cool things, including TikTok videos, Instagram, where we link to it, and Instagram, as well as some tips on door knocking and mailing. And lastly, I'm going to show you this agent right here has got a Smart Seller Advantage program. And the first thing she's got right there, order the 100-point home marketing plan. So right there on her website, you've got the ability to order. Why not? Why would you not put something like that on your website? Right? It makes sense to me. I don't want to keep it a secret. I want you to be able to order it, right? Or request a copy, or however you want to call it. But yeah, get that on your website. I'm playing around with the idea of actually putting the actual cover. Probably will. I'm just playing with this right now. But you click get my free copy, open messages, and it opens up a text message. And it says, my address, please send me my 100-point marketing plan. My address is, right? And it sends a text message to the agent. I'll show you a few more things here. Talks about AI, so virtual staging, right? You do it for free in ChatGPT. I don't need to pay somebody for virtual staging. This is all ChatGPT. Then I do flexible commission options. So whether you want my 2.5, 3, or 3.5 plan, right? Do different things. You want 3.5, that's 3D tours, property videos. You want 2.5%, right? Or do you want 2.5, 3, or it could be 2.5, 3, 3.5. Scott, can you please show us once again how to change to a different previous listing that will show up in the list? Yeah, perfect, Scott. Yeah, I definitely will. Let me just finish this up. I think those are the big things, right? And just a little more stuff in here. Yeah. So one more time. So for the listing presentation that's in your account right now, go to listing presentation. Very straightforward. Print. And this will update the Flipbook as well. So when you go to download PDF here, if you want to just use how it is now, just hit download. If you want to change it up to use the images and information from a different listing, right there, and then hit download. Now it's going to take about a minute to regenerate. So when you do this, you're going to get a message, right? This is regenerating, will be available like in a minute, however it's phrased, but it's going to give you that little message. So it will, and just go off and do something. You don't need to sit there and stare at it, right? Watch YouTube, call up a client, call up a lead, right? Do some follow-up. Julie says, where is the listing menu for percentage? Julie, they would have to request that. Yeah. So they would have to request that. So again, let's go. So this is the most basic general one. Now I want to create for my specific sales area. And then I want to create one for a specific property. Yeah, Julie. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's just going to be your request for more information. Once I know what it's going to be, right? I've already got the whole thing mapped out of here's what you get for 2.5, here's what you get for 3, and here's what you get for 3.5. And it'll just be with the basic plan, you get this. With the next plan 2, you get everything plus this. And then plan 3, you get all of this plus these things. And so again, the highest plan will be the property video, for example, maybe a drone video, things like that. And then the most basic version would just be the most basic version of this. And then version number 2, the middle version, that might include postcard, door knocking. That might include a lender hosted open house so that you got a lender to be able to talk to buyers. In fact, that's one of the things that she does as well. So if we look at this here and I go back down. Julie, listen, Julie, you've got to request it. So like I said, it's not on here. I'm not going to show you what it is on the website. I want you to request it from me, right? So I'm not putting it out there for people just to see it without me going through it with them. So yeah, the flyer is not available at the website. And I wanted to show here. the mortgage lender benefit. And so we'll walk through, right? Why is my partnership with and you might do this in a listing presentation too. All of this stuff can be done in the listing presentation, right? Where you've got a relationship with a lender. I would bring that up to the seller. Why is that important? Because when I've got a buyer who doesn't have a lender, who's not pre-approved, which is kind of common for a lot of buyers, right? I want to make sure that they've got easy access to a lender, no pressure, no sales obligation, where they can just ask very specific questions about either their preparedness to buy or specifically about your property. And right at the middle or the higher plan, my mortgage broker will actually be at my open house. Yep, yep, awesome. So hopefully that kind of, I think that's again, that's another thing that a lot of agents don't talk about, right? The lender is just seen as kind of like the necessary evil. Oh my God, they got to get a loan. There's going to be a bear, right? It's going to be, especially in this market. So let's use the lender as a strategic advantage if you've got a relationship with one that you could do that with. So I apologize. I keep kind of getting off track a little bit. We are going to now create these presentations for a specific property. I got a listing presentation coming up. It could be a luxury FSBO, a luxury expired, a luxury canceled. Maybe it's a luxury seller lead, right? I've been talking to them for a while. They want to downsize. They've got kids in Florida, whatever, right? But they're kind of like a hot lead. This could be for them as well. So how do we do this? Go to add listing manual, status, listing presentation. Now, notice when I select listing presentation, all of a sudden, seller's name, seller email, seller phone. So seller email, Julie Jones, street, 789 Elm Road, Folsom, California, 95638. You don't have to worry about any of this stuff right here. Sometimes I put TBD for that. Completely unnecessary. I've actually got some filler text that I put in here. In fact, I'll show you that a little bit later. Save and add photos. Okay. I should have, give me 1 second. I did not bring up how do you get the photo? This is important. So please pay attention to this. I don't want you falling flat on your face because you didn't take an extra, really 30 seconds. It's not much at all. So let me show you, let me scroll back up here and I'm going to show you a conversation. And then you're going to be like, oh, wow, that's amazing. I'm sure I've got one here. Yeah, fair enough. So this is Google Street View. So I went to Google, all right, Google Maps, found a picture of their home, and it looks like this. So that's their home. But leaves all over the yard. There's a car on the driveway. There's a little trash can. This is an actual expired, right? It's pretty, but okay. Could I use that if I had to? I could. Look at this from ChatGPT. There we go. That took long. Is that much better? Isn't that a ton better than what we were looking at before? I'm not using this in the marketing. I'm not using this in the MLS. I'm not putting this on Zillow, Realtor.com. I don't need to label it as AI because I'm not using this in actual marketing. I'm only using it to create the presentation. So once you get it from there, save the image. Boom. And now, let me show you my prompt. I apologize. You might want the prompt. Come on. Please give me a beautiful professionally shot image to use in my marketing. Take out the cars and trash can. Do not change anything else and make the sky look beautiful. And if I was going to do it again, I actually might say, take the leaves off the yard and just make the yard look like a normal yard. Don't make it super lush because it's going to look a little AI fake, right? And I don't want people to go, is that AI? I just want them to go, oh, that's our house. That's all I want. They don't need to look at that and go, "Oh my God, my house is so beautiful," right? I'm not trying to fix it up or anything like that. But yeah, that's a beautiful photo. So let's add that. Upload images, upload, and where is it? Looks like desktop. Oh, there it is. And we're about 10 seconds from being done. That's going to load up. We're going to make 2 more clicks. So you saw how easy this is. The hardest part is getting that picture, right? Sometimes you can find one online. Sometimes you go to Zillow, you'll see a Google Street View. But typically, worst case scenario, just go to Google Street View. If you had got, that took a little bit. So there's the photo. I only need 1 photo. So save and check listing. And there we go. This will take about a minute to a minute and a half to prepare. The landing page is already here. So some people will take this landing page and send this as part of a pre-listing packet. Some people actually send the Flipbook itself. So you can do whatever, right? The advantage of the landing page is to access, right? So they're going to see their home on the cover. They're going to be able to make out their name and the address right there. And if it's on their phone, it's even bigger. And when they click download, name, email, and phone number. So I will know exactly when they look at it, which is awesome. I love that right there. The complete marketing plan to get 849 Elm Road, Folsom, California sold for the highest and best offer. Right? Oh, come on. Is that beautiful or what? The Flipbook will be ready in about a minute. The presentation will be ready at the same time. The PDF will be ready at the same time. Also, I got my property website, 849 Elm Road, rd.worldsbestlisting.com. So they can see the property website. And there's even more advanced things you can do here. Like, for example, you're going to see in here that it automatically has my video for Folsom. I've got it set up so any listing in Folsom will get a video. And you can get to the mastermind group if you want to ask on some of these other things that I'm mentioning but not covering. You can see all my other listings. And right here, professional videos for your home. And I just tell them, hey, I do professional videos for all my homes. I do 3D tours, and this is right there automatically. You literally saw me add this listing to my account, right? So I didn't go back and sneak something behind your backs while you're watching me. It's just all automatic. So here's the Flipbook, the complete marketing plan to get your home sold, prepared for Julie Jones at 849 Elm Road, Folsom, California, right? Looks great. There's Julie's home all the way throughout. There's Julie's home on YouTube. I bet people have thought their home was actually on YouTube. I bet people have looked at this and wondered, like, man, that's crazy. It's not. It's not. Nothing gets sent anywhere. So nothing gets sent to social media. Nothing gets sent anywhere under the listing presentation, draft, expired, canceled, FSBO. So some of these kind of statuses, we don't do anything with them, right? It wouldn't be appropriate. So look at that. Oh my God, all the way through. And here we got that domain, 849 Elm Road. So Julie's going to see her home looking amazing. She's going to love that link. And then when I'm with Julie, I'm going to say, Julie, here, pull out your phone. Let me show you this. Do you know how to scan the QR code? Oh yeah. Ever since COVID, I've been seeing them at the restaurants. I really hate scanning them. Blah, blah, blah. Listen, I totally get it. We use text codes, we use URLs, we got QR codes so people can access your marketing however they feel the most comfortable. But here, let me show you this. Here, pull out your phone and then you do it. So you do it first so you can show her. Now, if she's all gung ho and loves QR codes, let her have it. But it's also nice for you to just show her or him, hey, look how that works. And then have them do it. Now you just bonded. Now you just impress the heck out of them because you just somehow got their home on their phone through your marketing. You know, it'd be even more awesome. They actually screenshot that as a wallpaper or show it to other people or other agents, right? How awesome is that? So anyway, so Julie's going through this and she's just like, damn. And now coming soon, Coming soon, you can take that out. I'll show you a little bit later. I recommend leaving it because there's always coming soon, whether it's a marketable status or it is a period of time in which you are getting the property ready. So I like to leave coming soon, even if I'm not doing a coming soon marketing status, because it lets me just talk about getting the photos, getting the property looking perfect, getting the front yard. We'll clean up a little bit and make sure that this looks great. Get photos, the videos, the 3D tour, right? All the stuff that we're going to do will happen in this coming soon phase. And this will last from the time you sign the listing agreement through the time we go live. And then you got just listed, then we'll do an open house. And depending on the level of service that you would like to get, we have an option to allow a mortgage broker to be at the open houses with us. So that way all the buyers that come through, our mortgage broker can give them advice right there. No sales, no pressure, no nothing. So that's an option for you if you like. And we're going to market it through pending. Even when you get an offer, we don't stop marketing your home until we get it sold. Once your property is sold, we are going to keep marketing it until then, which is awesome. Then you go through weekly traffic reports, and then boom, there's my client reviews. Again, they're already bought in. Now they just want confirmation from somebody else that they should make that decision. And now there's nothing better. Look at that. Boom. Google, testimonial tree, Facebook, Google, testimonial tree, Facebook, whatever. The four. I think I'm mixing myself up a little bit right there. So there's the Flipbook. Now I can send that via text. I can send it via email. I can print it. Right. So download. Here's the PDF. Here's the JPEG zip file. Any questions on this? Now, if you got a listing presentation coming up, consider sending this to your database before you go. I've got other training on this, so this isn't really training for that. In fact, I just did a mastermind post. If you search listing presentation, you'll probably come up with it. But it's a great way to people love off-market, just the opportunity to know about an off-market opportunity. Or it's going to make them feel a little bit special. It's going to make them feel a little bit on the inside. So if you actually got a listing presentation coming up, send this to your database. You can copy and paste it into your CRM. You can send it through Listings to Leads and let your database know, hey, listen, there might be, it could be, you can edit it however you want, but we've got this edited properly, I think. I mean, if a local homeowner who's considering selling their home and they might be open to a private sale before going public. If you're still looking, would you want a first look at this home before it hits the market? These kinds of opportunities often go to buyers on my VIP list who get exclusive list of homes before the competition. So it's really cool. And this is one of those things, they can get sent out at any time. Maybe they already got an email from you yesterday or earlier today, but this is almost like a urgent kind of a thing because again, a new listing might be yours before anyone knows. VIP buyer access. Also, if you get some really good responses, that's something that you could share with the seller. So you could say to the seller, hey, listen, I got 45 people right now. 45 is a lot. I got 7 people right in my database in the last 24 hours that specifically said they would love to know about any homes for sale in this neighborhood. That's on top of the over 1,400 people in my database. That's on top of the thousands and thousands of people that see my real estate marketing throughout the course of implementing the 100-point home marketing plan. See how that work for you? So we just created a presentation. It's so easy. Give me a quick yes or no. Was that easy? How would you rate that on this is so easy to do out of 1 through 10? So 1 through 10, 1 is the easiest, 10 is the hardest, or should it be the other way around? But it's easy, right? Now take that and let's look at FSBO, canceled, new construction, probate, and expired or whatever. So add listing manual, status. So before we did listing presentation, so we did that one. Now we're going to do, they're all done here. For sale by owner. Again, name, email, phone number. Just super quick. If you don't want to put the email and phone number for all of these, you don't have to. They're not showing anywhere inside of the presentation. It's just the name. So you don't need email and phone, just the name. We got FSBO draft, which if you were on my call with Tristan from Lab Code Agents, this is a huge status. It probably seems really weird, but here's the deal. A lot of FSBO homeowners would reject the offer for a free set of marketing tools, right? Maybe 70% are going to say no off the bat because they just don't know you. They don't trust you. But if you frame it or phrase it where, you know what? Why don't I do this? Why don't I just give you a draft version of these tools? Take a look at them. If you like them, let me know. We'll make them live. Otherwise, you don't need to worry about it. That will increase the acceptance rate of the FSBO homeowner taking those tools. But like it'll almost like double. So it's that whole idea of a draft version of the tools where it makes them feel like, oh, you're not doing so much work. It's the exact same. Right. And we got a whole training on FSBO. I'll show you that a little bit later. Expired. So right there, expired. And the only thing that's going to change really is the language around in the presentation. So for example, if it's expired, it'll use words like the complete marketing plan to get your expired home sold, right? Expired listing, what have you, or canceled or FSBO. Canceled. So it'll say canceled right on the cover or have canceled inside of it. So we can get nice and nichey. And then now for new construction, let's talk new construction and probate. I would use listing presentation. Don't expired, FSBO, canceled, obviously don't make any sense. So listing presentation is what you're going to want to use. Custom status banner. In fact, let's do this. Let's go to, let me in my other monitor. We got 9 minutes. I got a couple of things I want to show you. But let me just see if this might be something, my new construction stuff. So here's what I get every day from ChatGPT, right? You remember, I was talking about this a little bit earlier. So excuse me, Heritage Carson Creek, Wild Hog, first time move up. So I also have it tell me what are the buyer profiles. Taylor Morrison, Sacramento move up, multi-generational, KB Homes. And normally, where's the local? Normally it gives me like I said, local, regional, or national. I wonder if it's in, I'm just missing it, or maybe on this update for whatever reason. But so I got this prompt every day. I get new things like this. And so there might be one that's local where I go, hey, you know what? I would love the opportunity to at least be able to market the properties, right? I can just call them up. I can just ask them, hey, can I market your properties with my people? That's cool. Would it not be so much more powerful and make me look like so much more of a professional if I created, and we're going to do that next, one of these where I could give it to them with their development on the cover, the development name on the cover, the development name throughout this. So those people are going to be like, holy cow, where did this person come from? Where did this person come from? We got John over there he's been in the business for 20 years and we know he's pretty much just a MLS kind of guy, right? Not doing a lot of he's not doing any kind of videos. He's not doing this or that, where you walk in and you don't even have to ask for exclusive, right? Talk to your broker and all of that, make sure you're good to go. 99, I think, percent of the people would be perfect to go as long as you got permission. So that's what I mean. Take that with you, go to the office, make sure it's in a good envelope. Presentation matters, right? Have the cover letter, have anything else that you want we don't want this to be like a salesy thing. I just want to show you the potential that you could have if you work with me to help market your properties. So I don't want to put like in a bunch of like listings and this and that. Just let this do the heavy lifting because it's focused on them. When I start adding all this other stuff, now the focus in their mind is getting off of this. I got to make sure it's in the camera. So I want them looking at the marketing I've created for their development. And so let's go back into listings to leads. So again, add listing manual, right? Again, listing presentation. Now there's no seller really per se. So we're going to do the headline, right? The 100 plus point marketing plan to get homes at Placer One sold for the, geez, boom, right there. So now don't put a seller and a headline, because a headline will just knock off the seller name on the cover. You don't need a headline when it's for a specific property and person. Only use a headline when it's for an area, right? Northern California. Like I said, when you order the one from us, we'll create one of these in your account and see how there's a headline, right? On the other one, it was someone's name and property address. On this one, it's that headline. So it's either going to be paired for Julie Jones at 146 Elm Road, or it's going to say the headline. Now here's where it gets a little bit weird. So just watch me here. Street, Placer One. And hold on one second. Let me see. I got to go look at what I did for the other one. Let me go real quickly and let me see what I did. Because it's that second one. I can't remember if I did Northern California. So I'm going to go, this is the one. Yeah. Granite Terrace. And, Rockland, California. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's funny because this one's also in Rockland, California, 959. So instead of 123 Main Street for new construction development. Now, if it's a new construction, like specific property, then go ahead and put that there. But if it's for the whole development, do it like that. Placer One. And again, I might go to their website, take what they've got, either use it verbatim if you want to, or what I would do is I would run it through ChatGPT, and I give it a prompt like, hey, take this description and run it through SEO, AEO, and buyer engagement, right? For use in my real estate marketing. I just boom, paste in what they've got, add that prompt, let it run, grab it, drop it right here, right? So paste it right in here, edit it a little bit. And again, I just went to their website, grabbed that photo, right? Whatever, just grab a photo from their development. And if you wanted to, you could add more, right? If they got 4 or 5 photos, just like a regular listing, you could totally do that, right? For a listing presentation, canceled, expired, and FSBO, obviously I wouldn't do that because I can't use the listing agent's photos, right? That's not right. Google Street View is not going to have the inside of their home, obviously. But if it's new construction, you could. Not completely necessary. And there we go. Landing page, Flipbook, download. Here's the landing page. As always, it's ready to go. I'll just bring that up. So this is what it looks like on a phone a little bit better, but now you can see the 100 plus point marketing plan to get homes at Placer One sold with the strongest offers. That's a home at Placer One, right? That's going to be hot. I put that with a cover letter, right? Get the person's name, the best person I can find, get their name. I'm going to show up. I'm going to look sharp. I'm going to show up with this. This is going to look sharp. It's going to be in a beautiful envelope. It's going to have a cover letter, right? What's the cover letter in that? What else do I need? I don't want to be talking about my EXP, Keller Williams, REMA. None of that matters. All that matters, all I want to focus on, because if I start throwing in, I'm with then they're gonna be like, who else? Isn't Susan? Isn't she a multi-million-dollar producer? Why don't we just go with Susan? Because they're gonna start looking at Remax or KW or LPT, right? I want them to focus on this. I don't want them all over the place. So if you put too much in these presentations or in these packages, it's not always going to work out the best, right? Make sense? Okay. Ooh, we got one more minute. Let me show you a few other things real quickly. TikTok. Again, that's this right here. I want you to watch. I got 3 videos I want you to watch, and then we're gonna look at just a couple of Instagram stories. Super quick. I got training on all of this. There's music playing, right? The 25-page plan custom. I'll give you the link to this. See this home selling plan in action. So I just use CapCut and I'm just filming myself. Why not show people? Anybody here from Missouri, right? The show me state. Everyone, if you can still do your just sold ads, your pending and all that. This is so easy to do. It's literally just me and my phone. It would have been easier to get somebody else to hold the phone, maybe, because I was it took me a few times to kind of nail it. The hardest part is to be consistent with the flipping, right? Otherwise, I was in CapCut. I did have to split a few times in CapCut just so the pauses. If you watch, you can probably make out when there's a little bit of a cut. It's barely noticeable, right? Now check this out. So this is one where it's almost like you can order it. The 2026 100 plus point marketing plan to get your home sold, now available for order. I was like, why not? I think it's kind of cool. I got 100 of them. You want one? I'll send you one. I will send one to anybody that wants one because again, I know the more of these in the hands of homeowners, the more listings I'm going to get. It's elementary. And then third, you got a pending or sold sale. What a great way, right? What another great post to promote that pending listing I've got, to promote that just sold listing that I've got. Why would I not want to tell everybody on social media? And even, I'll tell you, I'll show you something really cool actually. So pending listings, sold listings, coming over to, so here we are on Instagram. So do y'all know how to do Instagram stories? Another home sold in Granite Bay. This could have been another home pending, whatever, 123 Main Street in contract. And it's an Instagram story, also on Facebook. Check this out. Get the 100-point home marketing plan. So right on my phone on Instagram, I can tap, visit link, boom. Sell your home the fastest way to get a marketing plan. Boom. They can also get a home value. So that's the agent website from Listings to Leads. All of you have got one. It's sitting there ready for you to start using. Let's see what else we got. This is going to a PDF guide for homeowners. Oh, I'm like, why is that so crazy looking? There we go. And then let's see what else we got. Another home pending in Folsom. Here's the home value landing page from Listings to Leads. So yeah. And I think, oh, the very, very last thing, for any listing in your account that's pending or sold, we actually include the 100-point home marketing plan in the email for your database. So check this out. I got a listing, pending or sold, either one. I click on market listing. I click on Eflyer for your database. And check this out. This is default. 4550 Prospect Circle in Folsom is now pending, expected to close soon. If you're thinking about selling your home by 100-point marketing plan, please view it here. They click and they go here. They can see it right from, because if people are, I send an email about a pending or sold listing. Anyone that is not interested, it's going to delete it. Anyone that is interested, they're going to click that link right there. If they're a homeowner, they're going to click that link. They're going to be like, damn, I want to see what that 100-point marketing plan. I thought homes weren't selling. Now, am I going to send this out to my database? Am I going to do all of this pending marketing the minute the contract is ratified? No, probably not. I'm probably going to wait till at least until we've gone through all the inspections. If not, until the contingencies are removed and we're clear to close. And hey, that might only be 4 or 5 days until it's sold. That's fine, because I can do the pending marketing on August 26th. And let's say I close on the 30th. It's nice to have a week or two in between the pending and the sold marketing, at least a week. So if I wanted, so let's say I send out the pending today because contingencies were removed finally yesterday. So we're clear to close. Nothing's going to happen. Fingers crossed. So I do all my pending marketing, and then 3 days later, it closes escrow. I don't have to do the just sold right then, right? It's going to be kind of piggybacking on top of the pending a little bit. So I can wait just a few days so that people don't go like, well, that was a fast escrow. That was a 3-day escrow. But if I send it out, like if I wait a few days, so there's maybe a week in between, they're going to remember perhaps that they saw something about this listing a week ago, but it's going to be far enough out that it's not going to, hopefully all that makes sense. Are we good? Everybody get their money's worth? Julie, where is what located? I'm not sure exactly when you asked that. So the Eflyer for your database, that is just market listing and Eflyer for your database. And the last thing I'll do is I'll show you how to send this through your CRM. It's so easy. It's 5 seconds, but I know people get like, well, wait, how do you do it? So I'm going to show you. I'm going to bring up my CRM and my other monitor. So give me a minute. And boom. Oh, nope. Let me do that one. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to find myself in my CRM. Oh, there we go. Sometimes finding yourself can be the hardest thing out there. I'm going to pull this over. So here's my CRM. So, and I'm going to go to the email. So this is going to kind of simulate me sending an email to a list. Typically, I'll send this to a list in my database. And that typically ought to be empty. So follow up boss, bold, lofty, Sierra, whatever your CRM is, you can do this. I find the easiest thing to do is just do this. Let me close a few things. So again, here's the Eflyer. Beautiful slideshow. Link to the home value landing page, right? My signature from listings to leads. The easiest thing to do is just click. So click in here, select all, copy. So we click, Control A, Control C. Just go to my CRM, Control V. And for some reason in Go High Level, I don't know why it does that. I just, boom, done. We're good to go. Look at that. Beautiful. So you can do this with bold, lofty, follow up boss. I've done it with all of them, I think. I'm sure there's others that I'm not aware of that you can do it with as well. In fact, not the end of the road, but you know what? I prefer white. Beautiful. Good to go? Everybody, did you get your money's worth? Are we happy that we spent a little bit of time? I gave you a ton of information. This will be available later for watching on recording. Let me show you real quickly. To access all the YouTube videos, these webinars, click on resources at the top. And, first one, YouTube. Just clicks. It should just say visit, right? And there we are. So go to our playlist, go to current webinar, go to our lives, and you'll see all of these videos. Okie doke. Have a great day, everybody. Appreciate your time. If you got any questions, either get into the Facebook mastermind group, which you can find right here. So again, click join group. It'll take you right there. So get with our support team, get into the mastermind group. Either way, Peggy, thank you so much. I appreciate that as well. And let me know how it goes. And I'm going to give you that order link. I know I'm not I'm not here to sell you. I'm not here to sell you. But what I am here for is to show you how to scale. And man, I'm telling you, I'm going to start ordering 100 a month. And again, the whole goal is to give these to the top 100 homeowners that I'm not going to worry about stressing. Oh my God, is it this one or that one? Which is, I don't care because I'm going to get another 100 next week or next month. So you're expired, you're getting one. The Oprah Winfrey, right? You get one. I don't want to be stingy. And that's why I was so excited to be able to reduce the price by literally more than half, by more than almost by 60, 70% maybe. Because they were right on like $9.50 to $10 each before. And so even at the most expensive, 25 is $6 or 6.40. At 50 copies is like 5.80, 5.70. And then at 100 copies, they come down to 3.60 or 3.70 maybe, under $4. Wow. So with that, have a great day. Appreciate your time. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.